Hi guys, Going Green Mom here with another Foodie Friday. Today we're going to be making a chicken broccoli rice dish with some of the freeze-dried foods that I was showing you on Tuesday. As I mentioned, I would like to learn more about how to utilize freeze-dried foods in a way that's actually appetizing. So I am just going to sort of experiment a bit today. And I am using the white jasmine rice that I typically use because it does take longer to cook than what the freeze-dried foods will. I am going to do that in the pressure cooker. So I am just adding the amount of water called for based on the amount of rice that I used. The Instant Pot cheat sheet thing said to do a 1-to-1 ratio. It actually came out a bit dry. I do add some carrots and onions to this just to give it a little pop of color. And I added an extra half cup of liquid. And I don't think it was quite enough. So if you like fluffier rice, I would have added an extra cup. Otherwise, I probably would have added an extra cup and a half to this myself, personally. So anyways, I'm just going to stir that all around because it just seemed to kind of congregate and not all sort of get moving around in the water. So I'm going to start this off. It said to do 4 minutes on high pressure. And there is the brown jasmine. It's actually not brown jasmine rice. This time I got white jasmine rice, and it wasn't from the bulk bins. It was, I bought a 25-pound bag of it. So there is the broccoli that needs used up. The can said that it was 6 half-cup servings, and then since I don't have a lid for that can, I'm going to use the whole can. There are 3 of us, so I was just sort of roughly guesstimating that I could do 2 servings per person, 1 serving on the chicken, and then mixing that with the rice, we would have enough for a meal, forgetting that my daughter does not like the freeze-dried meats. So I wound up eating a meal out of this. My son ate a meal out of this. I had a snack off of this, and then I have 2 containers in the freezer for next week. I am definitely trying to get back into meal prepping. I had been doing really well. This summer I found out I was having histamine intolerance issues, and I was just all around eating better. So I want to get back to that. And I want to do it in a way that doesn't cause histamine problems this time. So, and trust me, I am not saying that the meal prepping was the cause of all the histamine problems, but it definitely contributed because at that point I wasn't freezing them. I was leaving stuff in the refrigerator. I was using lots of canned goods and eating lots of high histamine foods. So it is what it is. Right now I'm trying to figure out if the bouillon I had bought was gluten-free, and it's not labeled that way, but on the bottom I did find a -GF, and as I recall, I did actually email them just to ask that question. So I'm just adding a couple tablespoons, give it a little bit more flavor, hopefully make a little bit more of a sauce to it. I'm also going to add some garlic powder and some onion powder as well. And then basically just stir it up. I do add water to that. I'm not sure, for whatever reason, it seems like I missed some footage here, so maybe I had turned the camera off instead of on again. But anyways, it is what it is. I let that naturally release for 10 minutes and then I released the rest of it. And there wasn't much left to release at that point. It is a lot fluffier than normal, but it's not, I don't know, it just seemed dry. But between the two, they definitely seemed dry, even though I had added extra water partway through on the broccoli chicken. And maybe that's because I'm used to having my rice quite a bit wetter, just because of the way I normally use the chicken broth to make it. So there is that. It wasn't bad. It was perfectly fine after I added some butter. But, you know, butter makes everything better, right? So you can see I'm just giving that a quick stir. It does seem like the broccoli is fairly, it breaks up quite easily. And that was supposed to be a thumbs up on taste. And the general, I should have gotten a bigger spoon for this project. I like the colors in this. I thought about adding some peas and figured that might be a bit much, because at that point I hadn't thought about my daughter wouldn't be eating it. But anyways, so there are and I just basically mixed this up on my plate. Since I had used boiling water, the meat and the broccoli did come out incredibly well compared to what I have had in the past. So that worked out. And overall, I'd give it 2 thumbs up.
Supper's ready.